Here are the instructions for the 9B1001 Elite Shelter. Unpack all of the parts and check for any damage which may have occurred during shipping. If damage has occurred, notify the trucking company immediately. Lay out all of the parts. Contents include 2 posts, 2 rails, 2 rail corners, 2 post corners, 8 center panels, 2 side panels, 2 seat supports, 3 bench planks, 2 base bars, 4 bench frames. Components may be packaged in 1 or more additional boxes. Please refer to your instruction sheets for a full hardware and tool listing. Start by laying out the rail, the left and right posts, and the rail corners. Insert 7 square nuts into the rail. Please note that the square nuts will float loosely in the channel until further on in the assembly. Insert 2 square nuts into the right rail corner. Insert only 1 square nut into the left rail corner on the side that connects to the post. Insert the corner into the rail and attach using a 3/8 inch lock washer and a 3/8 inch by 3/4 inch socket head cap screw. Press the joints firmly together before tightening. Insert the post into the rail corner and fasten in the same fashion. Repeat this process for the other side. Please note once again that the right rail corner on the front post is the only side that gets square nuts on both channels of the rail corner. The base of the shelter is assembled in the same manner. Insert 7 square nuts into the base rail. Insert the base into a rail and attach using a 3/8 inch lock washer and a 3/8 inch by 3/4 inch socket head cap screw. Insert the square nut into the left base and attach in the same fashion. Please note the square nut goes into the left side only. Attach a 1/2 inch U-bolt into the base of the frame using the 1/2 inch flat washer and the 1/2 inch lock nut. Note: tighten the 1/2 inch nuts only until they are flush with the end of the U-bolts. Repeat this process on the other side. Insert 1 3/8 inch square nut in each side of the assembly. Attach the post corners to the left and right posts of the shelter. Press the joints firmly together before tightening. Insert 1 3/8 inch square nut in each side of the assembled base corner. With a minimum of 2 people, lift the assembled base of the shelter and join with the front assembly. Press the joints firmly together before tightening the bolts. Once again, with a minimum of 2 people, place the right side panel onto the front post of the shelter. Be sure to align the square nut with a hole in the frame. Attach the right panel to the frame using a 3/8 inch by a 2 1/4 inch hex bolt, a 3/8 inch lock washer, and a 3/8 inch flat washer. Be sure to align the square nut with a hole in the frame. Do not tighten the bolts at this time. Repeat this process for the left side of the assembly. Note: Kwik recommends keeping the plastic on the panels until after the assembly is complete. Once both side panels are attached, turn the shelter frame onto the base and fasten the bottom of both the right and left panels. Note: please do not tighten. Insert a double end stud into the top, middle, and bottom of the side panel. Slide the rear panel to mate with the side panel, lining up the double end studs as shown. Once again, be sure to align the square nut with the hole in the frame. Remember, do not tighten the bolts at this time. Repeat this process for the bottom of the panel. Remember to move unneeded square nuts on the bottom rail out from under the rear panel being attached before bolting the panel into place using the single corresponding square nut. Using a 5/16 inch flat washer and a 5/16 inch lock nut, fasten the back panel to the side panel bottom stud, middle stud, and top stud. Repeat this process to attach the rear panel to the other side. Remember to move the unneeded square nuts on the top and bottom rails out from under the rear panel being attached before bolting into place using the single corresponding square nut. Attach each rear panel as shown, and remember to move unneeded square nuts on top and bottom rails out from under the rear panel being attached before bolting the rear panel into place using the single corresponding square nut. Continue this process for each adjoining rear panel until all rear panels are attached to the shelter frame. Each rear panel is connected to one another by a 5/16 inch hex bolt and a 5/16 inch flat washer. On the top, middle, and bottom. Repeat this process until all of the back panels are installed. To attach the bench frames, Kwik recommends first laying out the frame plates prior to assembly. Please refer to your instructions for this location. Attach the bench frame plates to the assembled shelter panels using a 3/8 inch by 4 1/4 inch hex bolt and a 3/8 inch flat washer. Do not tighten the bolts at this time. Note, it may be necessary to loosen the panel bolts to allow the frame plate bolts to be inserted. Once all bench frame plates have been assembled, connect the bench frames to the plates using a 3/8 inch hex bolt, a 3/8 inch flat washer, and a 3/8 inch bench frame spacer on each side of the bolt. Repeat this process for all 4 bench frames. Once the bench frames are assembled, you may go back and tighten all of the bolts on the shelter frame. Attach the equipment shelf blank to the bench frame as shown using the bench hold downs. Place the 5/16 inch by 3 inch carriage bolt through the bench hold down and place into the channel of the bench plank. Slide the bench hold down to the bench frame and insert. Fasten using a 5/16 inch flat washer and a 5/16 inch lock nut. Do not tighten at this time. Repeat this process for all 4 bench frames. Make sure the end of the bench plank is 31 3/4 inches from the bench frame. Once measured, you may tighten the plank to the frame. Attach the second bench plank to the bench frames. Attach the back rest plank to the bench frame as shown using the bench hold downs. Repeat this process for all 4 bench frames. Make sure the end of the bench plank is 31 3/4 inches from the bench frame. Attach the seat plank to the bench frame as shown using the bench hold-downs. Repeat this process for all 4 bench frames. Attach the seat support to the seat plank as shown using the bench hold-downs. Fasten using a 5/16 inch flat washer and a 5/16 inch lock nut. Be sure that the seat support is attached 5 inches from the end of the seat plank. The Elite Team shelter must be securely anchored at all times. Store in a secure, sheltered area when not in use or in the threat of high winds. Any weather damage will not be covered under Kwik's lifetime guarantee. Attach the anchor chain using a 1/2 inch hex bolt and a 1/2 inch flat washer as shown. Please note the anchor chain on the front of the goal is located on the outside of the frame, while the anchor chain location on the back resides inside the shelter. For further anchoring instructions, please refer to your instruction manual. For more information, please visit kwik.com.